Totally Fit. Today we're going to be doing a yoga class, and the yoga class will focus primarily on lower body work. We'll definitely have our focus though from head to toe. We'll work on breathing, we'll work on our core and balance, but this is a really great focus for your lower body, lots of hip openers today. And what's really nice about this class is, as it is a bulk class, you can customize and you can hit pause, stop, restart at any point. I only have my mat here and water handy. You don't need any equipment, just making yourself comfortable. But another thing that I would like to add is that this class in particular is also pregnancy safe. So anyone can do this class, and if you happen to be pregnant at any trimester, you can definitely do this class. I am well into my second trimester right now, so we're gonna pretty much stay away from anything that would be on our bellies, and we'll just be mindful if anything gets situated more along the back of the body. So again, very safe for pregnancy, but we'll be focusing from head to toe, a little bit more lower body. And if you've taken yoga class before and you want to customize the movements, I will give you things to modify. I will give you ways to make this a little bit more challenging too, depending on where your practice is. So I'm just in this comfortable seated position right now, and we'll just start off with some basic breathing. Situating yourself obviously comfortable, but thinking about grounding down in your sits bones, really lifting and lengthening through the torso. Belly button is in towards the spine. Just let the arms and shoulders relax. We're making a nice connection from the base of the spine all the way up to the crown of the head, connecting above and beyond here. So as you are lifted and long, let's begin by taking some natural deep breaths. If it feels comfortable, close your eyes. And as we're naturally beginning to breathe in and breathe out, just observing your breath where it is in this very moment, the inhales and the exhales. Seeing if there's a way to make the breath a little bit more deep, a little bit more even. Breathing into the belly, the waist, the ribs, up to the chest, releasing chest, ribs, belly, waist. And finding nice expansion through the breathing, into the back of the body, into the side of the body. And using the breath throughout the practice to remain calm and peaceful and present. All right, so let's add a nice reach up to the arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms release down. Good. And feel free to add a little flexion and extension into the spine if that feels all right for you. Just listening to the body. That's key, is we just want to be in tune with our body, as everyone's a little bit different. If this is just the first movement you're doing throughout the day, just check in. Good, one more time. And then we'll place the hands back down along by the thighs, and we're just gonna circle around in one direction a little bit here. So we'll begin to stir around, and this just gives us a little bit of a check-in with our core muscles, our core being our entire center. And you can make this as big or small of a circle as you like. When you're ready to, just reversing the direction a little bit here. Staying with the breathing. Just enjoying this nice massaging movement. Good, and then just come to the center again for just this brief pause, brief hold. So we're going to appreciate all the movements in today's practice, but also the stillness and the pause. Good. All right. So from here, let's actually transition into this tabletop position. Neutral spine. Again, see where you want to be, as we start to move the spine a little bit in different directions. We're going to start with cat and cow. So drawing in the belly button, letting the spine round, relax your toes, and let the belly release. And just back and forth. Be mindful of the body. wherever you are. Good. Really spread through the fingers, inhales and exhales. And you can adjust your position of the legs here. Like I right now like to go a little bit wider with the legs just to give more room for the belly. It's up to you. Let's see what you need. Good. And then let's come to this neutral spine, making sure we're nice and balanced. We're gonna reach opposite arm and leg just for a brief hold. Good. And then placing it down and switch. So it is about the parts that are moving, but it's also the transition when you make that switch. So here, this is very great strengthening and just a gentle strength too for those core muscles. So always a good way to warm up the center with these bird dogs. Stay with the breathing. Nice lift, nice length. Check in with child's pose. So I'm going to go a little bit wider with the knees out to the side, big toes together. And then we're just going to hinge back and just let the arms relax in front if that feels okay. Your head can relax down. My favorite also is you can make fists and stack one fist on top of the other. Rest your forehead down. Just breathe into it. Let the belly relax here. Let your jaw relax. Breathe into the side of the body, breathe into the back. Just keep creating space. And a wider leg child's pose, if that's where you are, just will open up the hips a little bit more. So we're going to use this child's pose as our kind of reset, regroup to everything. All right. So let's come now into this kneeling position. You can keep your toes relaxed, or just to give it something different, we're going to tuck the toes, so add a little engagement through the back of the body. And we're just going to reach the arms up. Looking up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet. Open up the arms, bring the hands to the low back, just press the hips forward. Opening up through the chest, not too much of an arch into the back, be mindful of the belly wherever you are. Breathe in this nice, gentle camel. So we're opening up through the heart space. Good, and then from here, we're gonna relax the toes back behind, send the arms forward, and we're going to sit back along by the heels. So this is great core balance. This hero strong pose helps with mobility, flexibility, also gives a nice stretch through the quads. So we're gonna put this position here in a sequence with this camel that we just did. So from here, we're gonna come forward, tuck the toes, reach the arms back, coming up through camel. Open up the heart space. Good, and then sitting back along by the heels, keeping the back nice and long, inhale. And exhale, just making a nice movement here. Making sure your knees are comfortable, press forward. Keep your focus, keep your concentration, really opening up through the shoulders as well. One more time, coming back strong. Lift here and finishing out with camel. Stay lifted and long, opening up through the heart space. When we open up through the heart space, we really can accept and allow whatever we need to come through. Feel the energy coming through. Good. And then from here, let's check in with child's pose again. Any variation of that child's pose that makes you feel comfortable. Just soften, breathe, release, let go. And just give yourself credit for being here in this very moment. Appreciate all of your efforts. Good. And then from here, let's come back up into tabletop. And we're gonna take the left leg with the right arm. And then from here, we're gonna draw the knee and elbow in. So I'm gonna keep my spine more neutral here, you do want to round in a little bit more, you can. So we're going to strengthen through the abdominals, the back. This is balance and coordination. Good, one more time. We're going to release the hand down and just touch the toes down, and we're going to hinge forward and back just to stretch through the calves and the hamstrings. Just continue to give yourself space and length. Placing that down and then switching sides. Let's extend right leg with left arm. And we're building that foundation, anchoring down, and then we'll start to move, drawing in knee and elbow. Reach, reach. Staying lifted and long through the torso. Also, if you need to, I wanted to mention, you can have the hand down and just work the leg. You can also just work the arms. Give yourself what you need. It's always good to play around with different variations. Good, and then we'll place that down. We're gonna do downward dog. I'm going to keep the feet a little bit extra wide here. So you're gonna press into the hands, tuck the toes. My hands are close in and my feet are nice and wide, so there's space for the belly. Just let your head relax, and you can bend and straighten the knees here. Go up onto the toes, draw the heels down. Again, where it feels comfortable, going for that nice V shape in the body. So make any shape that feels best for you in downward dog, any positioning. Good, and then let's relax the knees back down. Amazing, good. So we're gonna roll up and we're gonna focus on hips and hamstrings with the right leg stepping forward. So we're going to check in with this nice lunge to open up through this back hip flexor, opening up through the center of the body. So make sure again you have your hips parallel, toes are relaxed, and you want to check in with this setup. So we'll start to lunge a little bit forward, make space for the belly. Let's reach the arms up. Inhale, exhale. So I'm keeping more of a neutral spine. If you do want to come more into a back bend, you can. So I'm finding that length through this left side. Good, beautiful. Inhale, and then exhale, we're gonna float the arms down. I'm gonna float my hands inside the leg. I'm gonna dig in the heel and front toes lift here. So we're coming through a nice hamstring stretch. We're gonna keep the back long first. So I'm propping the fingertips up. Deep breaths here. So hamstrings and calves here. That stretch. Good, and then we'll place the foot down. Let's lift on up into this nice lunge again. Inhale, exhale. Really again, reaching all the way even up through the fingertips. And then we'll float the arms down, dig in the heel, toes lift. And just seeing again where it feels comfortable for you for that stretch. Good, and then let's come forward into this lunge here. Okay. So hands are at the hips first. I'm just going to turn the back leg a little bit. Just make sure again as you pivot that the knee is comfortable. So this is more of like a warrior two position on the floor. So we're going to engage the whole lower body, whole core, and then you're going to send the right arm front, left arm back. So we're here. We have a nice stretch along through the inner thigh. Connecting front fingertips to the back. Good, breathe. And then from here, we're just gonna flex the foot and now come through a side bend here. So we're just going side to side movements here. So you have a nice stretch here. Listen to where you want to take the stretch. Good, so coming back through, bending that knee, warrior two. And coming back through. This is sometimes called gate pose in yoga, gate. Like you're opening and closing a gate. One more time, warrior two. Just feel the beauty of the movements. Tuck the toes, lift the toes, I should say. Good. Breathe, awesome. And then we're just gonna bring our into goddess arms, kind of like goalpost shape arms. Let's twist to the left side. So this is opening towards the body. Hold and breathe. So we have, again, open space for the belly and for the chest. Good. One more deep breath. And then from here, let's float the hands down. We'll take the leg back. So we're in our tabletop. Press into the hands. Let's tuck the toes. Find your downward dog, lifting up and pedaling out through the feet. Stretching through the back of the body. Now we are going to come into a plank. Listen to your body on this one. I'm going to start with a high plank, then go to a low plank. But again, listen to your body. If this is something, if you happen to be pregnant and you are avoiding a plank, you could always check in and then go from there. So look between the hands, back nice and long, lift it up. So, you know, as long as you can really engage your abdominal muscles and you can really draw and pull in, that's fine. But if you're kind of feeling the weight of the belly and you want to adjust and you're here, we're gonna hold a little bit longer, but when you're ready to, you come back into child's pose. So you're still working with that plank, and then when you're ready to, just coming back into your child's pose. Hang, hold, and release. Very good. Taking another deep breath, inhale, and then exhale. We're gonna step the left foot forward now. So it's always good to check in with where you are at this lunge. Relax the back toes, lift and lengthen through the torso, and we're gonna reach the arms up. Inhale, nice lift. Really stretch through those fingers. Then we're gonna float the arms down inside the leg, digging the heel toes lift. I'm trying to keep the back long here, so I do have my fingertips propped up to help me. Good, nice deep breaths. Find ways to incorporate the entire body. Step the foot down, lifting up. Inhale, exhale. And again, floating those arms down, digging the heel toes, lift. Breathing, being just wherever you are. Good, and then from here, we'll come on up. And I'm just gonna turn now the other way, so my back will be to you a little bit, so you get a different view. Then I'm gonna rotate, so now I have the hips open up now to the right side. We're gonna come into our warrior two. So you have front fingertips connected to the back. Good, hinging back, dig in the heels. Toes lift, come for your gate pose. Reach, again, come for your warrior two. Be mindful of the knee, not to lock the knee. We wanna have energy flowing all the way through. And coming for your gate pose. And going again into your warrior two. Beautiful. And then, so we're just going to situate the hips back and open up the arms into goddess. And you're going to take this opening to the right side now. So try and keep those elbows lifted, nice control. Keep going with that. Breathe, hold, stay lifted, stay long. You're doing amazing. Balance, coordination. And then we'll just cartwheel those arms down, take the legs back, press into the hands, tuck the toes, lifting up a little bit more now, downward dog, a little bit more energy, building a little bit more heat. And then finding your way into a plank, whether you are high, whether you are low here. Make sure you hug those arms in. Breathe. Listen to your body where you want to be with this. And dial in the glutes, all of those places to help you. Let's take another deep breath. Inhale. Exhale, coming back into child's pose, letting everything release and letting everything go. So yeah, just let your head relax in the child's pose. We're gonna build a little bit more heat. And then we'll start with some standing sequences and balance. Okay. So from here, we're gonna come up into a standing forward fold. So we're gonna lift up just like we would in a downward dog. Just gently walk the hands back to the feet and slowly roll on up. Good. So we're gonna take just like a little mini Vinyasa Flow, which I've adapted and adjusted a little bit. There are components that will be a little bit more challenging than maybe a traditional one too. So we're going to really activate the core muscles just a little bit differently, and we're gonna stay pretty neutral, so we won't be doing any lunges just yet, but it's just staying right here parallel. So let's start standing tall. We'll reach the arms up. Inhale. And then exhale, swan diving down, hang, hold, release. I just want you to take this forward fold here. Let the arms relax here. Let everything dangle, let the belly release. If it feels more comfortable and you want to separate the feet more, you can. Good. Now we're gonna roll on up. So let's just start a little bit here with this lift up and roll downs and roll ups. Just appreciate standing on 2 feet. You don't have to go super far. Just decide where you want to go as the body continues to open up more and more. Good. So from here now, we're just going to walk the hands out. We're going to come to this lifted table, sometimes called bear. So we're here. Inhale and exhale. Nice control. So this is actually a great option instead of doing a plank, but we all know sometimes this could be a little bit more challenging, just in general, but a lot of times with pregnancy, you can work this position instead. Take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, relax the knees and toes. We'll take it back into child's pose. And then we'll come back into table. Tuck the toes, lifting up, and just walk the hands back to the feet, rolling on up. So now we're gonna take that sequence again, 2 more times. So reaching up, and softening down, hang, hold. Walking the hands out into this lifted table. Breathe, inhale, and exhale, coming down into child's pose. And leading up with the breath, coming forward, tuck the toes, lifting up. We can definitely build some heat here. 1 more time, reach it up. Coming through into your fold. Soften the knees, walk it out, give yourself space. Deep breath. Good, relax the knees, relax the toes. Take it back, child's pose. Good. Coming forward, find your table. So then you set the pace. Lift up the hips, walk the hands back, and then roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. Excellent job. Let's bring the hands to heart center. Just feel and observe and appreciate the love and light within you and your surrounding space. So we're going to do a moon salutation, which is really great for hip openers. It's a really great stretch. There are some strengthening components in goddess. So I'm gonna work in a goddess pose a little bit just to show you. So we'll actually start here, and then we'll put some things together. So I want you to just rotate out from the hips, knees, toes. Extend your arms up, bend your elbows. Now bend the knees. So we have this nice opening through the chest. Back is going to stay long here. But as we wrap and lift, we open. Good. I just want you to check in with your goddess pose. Find your inner goddess. One more deep breath. And then we can straighten out. Good. So that goddess pose is going to be incorporated into the sun salutation sequence. I'm sorry, moon salutation sequence. And if you are working with your mat and you want to have, you know, the alignment and setup, we'll be moving side to side along the mat. So starting standing tall here, we'll reach the arms up. Inhale, arms come up, palms touch. Let's take a nice side bend over to one side. We have this nice side stretching. Good, and up and over, other side. Beautiful. And then from here, we'll step the feet out, finding a star pose. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, exhale, bending into your goddess. And now I'm going to draw the arms in, open a little bit more, and reach up. Now let's add a little bit of movement here now, just to fire up the legs a little bit more. Goddess and star. Two more of these, and then we'll come back into goddess, hold. So you're in your goddess, find that nice strength here. We're gonna lift up the right heel and the left heel. Get a little bit of work for the thighs, for the calves, shins. Strong arms here. Good, and 3. Abs tight, back long, 2. And 1. Good, hands at the hips, straighten out through the legs. So we're gonna continue in this direction here. So I'm going to take this, is going to turn into our back leg. We're gonna rotate in a little bit here, okay? So you're gonna bend that front knee. Let's extend the arms out. So now we are in a warrior 2 standing. Feel the strength in the legs. And if you do wanna adjust a little bit wider, depending on where you are, you can. Breathe. Good. We're gonna straighten out that front leg, reach the arm back into reverse triangle, reach through those fingertips. Good. And then finding that warrior 2 again. Good, so legs are nice and warmed up. We can really get a nice, strong, stable warrior. And lifting up. One more time, warrior. And then we're going to transition into a triangle pose, which is what we've really been leading up for. So we're going to extend through the legs, taking the hips back. As the hips shift back, we send the upper body forward, and then we come through this triangle. Now make sure you have your base of support. If you do want to bring your feet in a little bit more, you can, totally up to you. Know where your center of gravity is. And again, if you are pregnant, just think about the weight of the belly and just think about how we can keep that supported and open. Hand can also be, you know, at the hip. So try not to rest here, try and stay lifted and open. Beautiful. Now from here, we're gonna swoop this arm down. I'm gonna keep my hands inside the foot just because it's more comfortable for me, but if you wanna do a lunge, you can with the hand on the outside. I just, now with the belly, find that it's better to work here. Good. Just hold it a little bit more in this lunge. Breathe. And then we're going to straighten out the leg. We're just going to start to walk forward here. This is a wide leg fold, hang, hold, release. So let your head, neck, shoulders go, let the belly go. Listen to your body. If this is something that feels right for you, just breathe into it. Good. And then we're just going to shift the toes out to the sides. You can keep it wide or walk in a little bit, but we are going to open up into this nice Malasana Squat here. I'm using the support of the arms and the legs together to open up nice and wide. And if you do want to shift a little bit side to side, I always encourage loosening movements. This is kind of one of the ultimate hip openers here. Breathe. Just a little bit longer, find calmness, peace. Good, one more deep breath. Place the hands down, we'll lift up the hips. And just slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Getting a little bit warmer in here. And we'll step the feet together. Now let's do everything on the other side. So we're back in our nice mountain pose. Reach the arms up.
Inhale, exhale. Let's take a nice side bend over to one side here. Relaxing the jaw, the shoulders, up and over, other side. Beautiful. So from that center point, let's open out again. Star and goddess. Feel yourself strong, like the goddess. Inhales and exhales, expanding, releasing with the breath. Good, now we're gonna hold that goddess squat. Lift up right and left heel. Hands can always be at the hips too. Even if they're down, still open, still engaged. And 3, 2, last one. Good, extending the legs up. And let's rotate to the other side here. Bend the knee, find your warrior 2. Make sure you have that nice alignment. Take the time for your form. Staying with your breathing. Inhale, exhale, reverse triangle. Coming through warrior 2. Inhale, exhale, and reverse. Last time, let's come through our warrior 2. Strong, strong, strong. Preparing that setup for your triangle, taking those hips back and sending the upper body forward. Reach and come through. Connecting top fingertips to the bottom. I always like to check in, if the hand connects to the heart space and you can just reach up. Sometimes we like to go back. We want to lift up and out. Really connect with your heart space. Connect with your entire center. Good, inhale. Exhale, let's swoop that arm down, bring the leg with you. Again, I'm going inside the leg for a lunge. Which can also definitely stretch the hip flexor a little bit more too. So there's benefits to making those adjustments. Another deep breath, inhale. And then exhale, let's lift it on up. Walk yourself to the front, toes point in, and then we can hang down in this wide leg fold. Place the hands, arms where it feels comfortable for you, any placement here. Breathe, stretch, release, any movements. Good, we'll take another deep breath. And then transitioning into your squat. Now your squat can also be higher too. You can hold like right here. Again, you're super low or showing me the option of just coming forward. Keep the back long. And again, these are all wonderful variations. I like to do a little bit of everything. Sometimes the more subtle movements or less is more in different cases. So I like to give it variety. Sometimes we like to, reach, and if we just kind of draw back a little bit, that's what our body needs. Good, one more deep breath. And let's lift it up, step the feet together, reach the arms up, inhale, arms come up, palms touch, hands to heart center again, to feel, to observe, to appreciate love and light within you and surrounding space. And then we're gonna actually work a balance sequence. We're going to do a dancer pose into a single leg balance. I like to come off of the mat just because there's a little bit more grounding, a little bit more balance, but I'm going to start you off simple and then you can extend through the pose whichever you'd like, okay? So I'm going to take my right leg back, but I'm going to show you a front view and a side view, so just be mindful that I may throw you off balance if I do a quick turn. So try and focus on a point in your room that is not moving and stay in tune with your breathing. So I like to really ground down into that standing leg first. Let's bend the knee. You're gonna draw the leg in. So once you have hold, just make sure the knees are supported. Now your grip could be on top of the foot or inside or outside of the foot. Make sure your shoulder stays open, okay? So I'm just gonna turn myself to the side here. And now we're gonna reach the left arm up, float the arm up. If it feels okay, here. If you want to change your grip, you can. But go where it feels all right for you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Keep your focus. Again, I'm just going to turn myself back to the center. You can release at any point. We're just going to hold for one more deep breath. We're going to go into a standing single leg balance with a squat. So I'm going to take this leg. You're going to either cross over here if you can. Allow the ankle to rest above the knee out to the side. And we're going to bring our palms together, elbows out. Great engagement for the upper body. And we're just going to squat down. So this is a strengthener for the legs. We'll straighten up, but it's also going to provide a stretch. Good, abs tight. So I'm coming through a flat back here. Almost like I'm sitting back in a chair. So hips come back, upper body shifts forward. So yeah, I think this feels so nice, but it focuses on balance and strength. Let's go one more. Good, and just placing the feet down, reach the arms up, and circle those arms down. Excellent. So let's do the other side now. Grounding down into the opposite foot. Let's find a hold. You can even just reach back. That's fine too. So check in quads, hips, belly back. Reach, reach, reach. And then you can send that leg forward, arm forward with the leg back. Breathe. Keep your focus here. Lifted long. Give yourself credit. You're doing a beautiful job here. Good, let's take another deep breath, and then we're going to transition into that crossover. So make sure we're keeping the alignment of the foot. A little bit of wobbliness is okay. And then we'll start to bend. Good. Just feeling all the sensations here. Remember, you can have your hands up if that feels all right. I like to engage the muscles in the arms with this one too, when palms are together. Last time. Good, we'll step the feet down, lift it up, inhale, exhale, and just circle the arms around. Give yourself credit, bring your hands to the heart space. Accepting and allowing all these wonderful movements and energy to flow through the body as you keep your mind present. Great. All right, ladies, so we're gonna come down to the floor. And I'm going to do a bridge pose and then a twist. Now, the setup of the bridge, you're on your back for a very brief moment, and then on the twist, you're shifting your weight over. So we're not directly onto the back, we're not flat onto the back, but if you are pregnant, and this is something, bridge is totally fine. If we're feeling any discomfort, you listen to your body where you want to be. So we're not gonna be on the back for too long. So allow yourself to just roll down to the back. I'm going to work on the tippy toes just to give a little bit more leverage. So the hips are already up and set, ready to go. Hug your arms in close. Inhale, exhale, press the hips up. And just lengthen here. I'm going to add a flow with arms here. And I'm again on my tippy toes. So the hips are lifted up, which can be a win-win because it's a little bit more work anyway. And you're getting your calves working. So I'm just going to lower down to hover a little bit. Send the arms overhead. So not arching into the back. So I want you to control a flat back. And then swoop the arms, lift up. If you feel like you want to have your feet flat and your back totally flat on the floor, that's fine too. Again, listen to where you are. And, you know, with regard to being pregnant, we do want to keep that weight of the belly kind of off as gravity, you know, it all is where gravity is in relation to where our body, where gravity pulls us down. So we just have to think creatively, and sometimes it's more work, depending on how we have to adjust. Good, one more lift. Now all I'm gonna do is just send my feet flat, back is down for just a brief moment, cross the right leg above the left knee, arms open to goddess. So now I'm twisting over to the right side, all right? If you're able to look towards your left elbow, you can. This is an opening. We're not, you know, this area is not opening. We're not twisting towards the belly. And the weight is shifted over here. So a lot of the weight of the belly comes over to that side. Just breathe into it. Again, you listen to your body things related to pregnancy, you have to think too, no matter where you are, we have different things going on in the body, or if we've had injuries or soreness, we would be listening to our body anyway. So just be very intuitive with what feels good. And then we'll come back to the center, just shifting over. So I'm keeping a lift, lifting over. And breathe. You can keep your gaze up to the ceiling. If it's better and you want to connect with your belly, you can too. Breathe. Breathe, stretch, open. And now spend a few more moments here in this position. But we're going to go into relaxation. So if you're able to lie totally on the back, or you have a pillow or something, you want to prop yourself up, you can. And then if it feels all right and you want to come over to the side that you're on and take your relaxation here, you can. So just finding a comfortable position for these moments of just recharge and release. If you do want to come up to seated, you can too, but again, laying down or on your side. Allowing the body to feel released and free. And just appreciating your experience during this practice. The yoga practice can teach us patience. Our focus here allows us to release from any judgments, any criticisms. So instead of judging our practice today, just appreciating everything that you and your body can do. The body is power, the body is a wonderful vehicle, not only of movement, but our creativity. Just allowing that energy to flow through the body. Just continuing to release what's no longer serving you. And it's remarkable what our bodies can do, but oftentimes we get caught up in thinking, we get caught up in life, which is understandable. We sometimes forget, though, how to just be in our bodies. Even though we are living in our bodies, we're carrying around our bodies all day long, but how often do we get to actually just be in our bodies? The great thing about class here is that you can spend as much time as you'd like in this position. You can find another position for a relaxation. So if you're choosing to spend more time here, give yourself as much time as you need. And if you are ready to, bring yourself a little bit back more, just tuning into your sensations, the sounds in your space, smells, anything, if you're just slightly opening your eyes, just what you might see, what you can be grateful for. We'll start to add some movement to the body, so wherever you are, just wiggle the fingers and toes. Wrists and ankles can move, knees and elbows can soften. Just allow yourself to nicely press on up to seated here. Last thing we'll do is just bring the soles of the feet together in butterfly. This is a wonderful way to release tension and stress, and it is a great hip opener. So we actually will finish in this butterfly position. So just letting the head, neck, shoulders go, letting everything round here. Relax your jaw, appreciate your efforts today as you're just bowing down, sensing into this state of gratitude. And then rolling up one vertebrae at a time, bringing the palms together at heart center, thanking yourself for your yoga practice today. It's a wonderful gift you always have with you. Just staying tuned with the body, mind, and breath in the present moment, and seeing if you can maintain the state of calmness throughout the rest of your day. Healthy Fit Namaste to you. Take care now, be safe, be well, drink plenty of water. I'm Jess, and I hope to see you for class again soon.